have just come in from the garden and I am so super excited. It's always been a dream of mine to own my own veggie patch and to eat really wholesome foods. So today I'm going to talk to you about your dreams, not only mine, and how we can make them happen through reading an amazing book or listening to me talk about this book called Be Your Future Self Now. Some amazing quotes in here, amazing story and insights into how you can be looking towards your future, and that can actually help you focus and live out your dreams. It's super exciting. So let's get in and I'll share a bit more of it now. So this is what today is all about, is your dreams, about how we can help you fulfill your dreams. Maybe not even just your creative dreams, but your dreams in life, whatever that may be. So we're going to be looking at a book that I've just read. I actually listened to the audiobook and I just bought the book, Be Your Future Self Now by Benjamin Hardy. Amazing insights into how helpful it is to not look at the past, but to be looking towards the future and how that can totally direct you where you want to go. It's been really helpful for me as I plan towards my future. I'm going to share a bit about what that is. And also we'll look at the 5 key points that he raises within this book that I really want to cover. So before we go on, you'll probably notice I have this little thing here. Get your skin checked, people. Don't know if it's got nasties in it yet. I'll find out this week, but I said get it out. Let's check everything and make sure it's all good. Get your skin checked. Think about your future self and your skin and your health and all that sort of thing as well. So like I said, we're going to be looking at this book today, Be Your Future Self Now. I actually stumbled across the podcast through Amy Porterfield, who I listen to her podcast. She always interviews people and books. And there's another book that I will do down the track, which is Unreasonable Hospitality. I loved reading this in my holiday break a little while ago. Will Guarada, I don't know how to say his name, but we'll look at that. But good book. I've never actually been a really good reader, but when I get onto a good book that actually is, I love a bit of self-help book, but it's been really helpful. I'm really working towards my business and thinking about the future and how to move forward in that. So talk a little bit more about my dreams for the future, but right now we're going to talk about you and your dreams, because this book has got some amazing insights into how you can do that. Number one, the first thing that he really focused on was a vision for yourself. Thinking about what is it I want for the future. And of course, my channel's all about creativity and mental health and helping you, move forward in the area that you want to do in creativity. It might not just be painting, although, that's what I'm all about, a lot about. But what is it that you creatively want to do with your life? Do you want to be a gardener? Do you want to create that lovely, garden that has, fruit and things that you can eat into the future? Do you want to have a property that you love? Do you want to have a studio? Do you want to, think really big, but also think small? Maybe it is you want to have a room that is dedicated to being creative in that room, or even if it's a table in a corner of a room that you haven't got any space at the moment. Think about the dreams that you have. I actually have a free download that is all about helping you discover your dreams and your visions, so you can download that now, and it is at paintingwithheather.com/dreams. So that's the first thing that was really evident within this book, is working towards a vision. The second thing was not just having a vision, but also acting upon it. So for my own dreams, I actually have a dream of owning a property, even though I don't have the money. I have a gallery that I own the business of, not the property, but I want to own my own property where I can actually have retreats, I can have artists in residence, and it can be a real hub of community, even more so than the gallery I have now. So that's a bit of my dream. So the actions that I do with that is I actually look on the internet quite regularly, probably once a week. I look at properties and dream and think and explore about that. But also one of the actions is I need to raise money. So I'm working hard at trying to raise funds to be able to buy a property one day. And part of that is having a YouTube and, developing courses and making a little bit more income on the internet. So this book really aligns you in, forming habits, creating practical things that actually move you towards your dreams. So if it is having a corner of your house or a room in your house, actively do that. Go on out and buy some really cool shelving and actively move towards it. The third thing that I feel he covered in this book was limiting beliefs and fears that you will never get to your dream. So, there are many ways of trying to alleviate that, thinking about gratitude, thinking about things that you're positive about, making sure that you work on your own fears and your disbeliefs and and the lies that happen in our heads that say you can't do this, you don't have enough money, you don't have the skills, you don't have the resources. So working on dampening those and reminding them that they have no power because you want to follow your dreams. We want to think big, we want to dream big, and then when you dream big, it's amazing what can happen. The fourth thing I found as I was listening to this podcast was commitment and resilience. So when you commit yourself to something, don't give up on it. Yes, you'll go through some hard times and you'll this is not going to work out and whatever, rah, rah, rah. I want to tell you a little bit of a story myself. I always had this dream. I'm living in one of my dreams at the moment. I own a gallery, and I, not so long ago, was working in a factory. I was working voluntarily for quite a number of years and then needed some money. I was in a factory. It was soul destroying. It was terrible. When I was, sewing blinds, I had a little book and I started writing down my dreams. And they were big dreams. Imagine owning my own gallery, imagine selling my own artwork, all these dreams that I wrote down. And I thought, what can I do? And I started by teaching one junior student and one senior student in my home. And it went on from there. I started to go into people's homes, and I ended up having 4 students, and it grew and grew and grew. But I didn't give up. It was hard at times. So I encourage you, don't give up on your dreams, no matter how big or how small you feel they are. They're still dreams, and sometimes they still feel a little bit out of reach. Stick with your dreams and your commitment to doing it, and be resilient and do all you can to move towards it. And every day think about something that you can do towards that dream. The fifth thing is one of the most practical things, I think, which is journaling and visualizing and writing things down. And I've talked about this again in another book that's called Miracle Morning, which was all about making sure that every day you are visualizing your future and your dreams, and journaling and writing. And I don't do it every day at the moment, but I certainly do it regularly, is draw and write and think about my future and what I really want. And that's a really important thing to do. So that's sort of a quick overview of 5 of the things that I felt were sort of key in this book. But I'm going to read a few of the quotes out as well. This is not a promotion on the book, as in buying it. I'm not an affiliate for the book or anything like that. Don't feel like you need to even buy the book, but go ahead if you want to. It's more that you get something out of this. If you don't go and buy it, then at least you've got something out of this video. I'm going to read a few of the quotes out, which I find have really been really helpful. And I was listening to the audio book when I was driving, so it was really hard to go and underline things. So I haven't actually got a book. I underline everything but I've sort of gone through and put a few asterisks here and there to find a few cool ones. Without a connection to your future purpose, the present is a prison. So if we don't have that vision for the future, the present becomes meaningless. We need to have something that we're moving towards. There's so much research on that. If we don't have purpose, then we start to die inside. Let's have a look at some of these other quotes. Everything is either a cost or an investment to your future self. So I think about, my health. I'm trying to, look after my health here. If I'm not thinking about my future self and thinking I really don't want to have, skin cancers or things that, are going to not be helpful for me, then, it's going to be a cost, isn't it? But this is an investment. This is an investment in my health and my skin. So thinking about the future, thinking about my future self is really important. I really want us to think about, not just you, I want to think about more deeply about this concept of future self, because we can tend to just live in the moment and, think that we're thinking about the future, but we're not really thinking that far ahead. All right, let's have a little look here for a couple of others. Here's another one. Your future self will be much different than you think. I remember listening to the audiobook, and he was reminding us to think back, 20 years and think about the music that we liked and the taste that we have in food, or the people the friendships we have. And he said, are they the same now? I'm like, Well, no, actually, a lot of them are different. And we often think that we're going to be the same in the future. So it's a really interesting concept to be thinking about. Well, my future self is actually going to be quite different. One of the exercises that are in the PDF download, the free PDF download that I've got here, is to think about yourself in 20 years' time, and that they have actually come back into the room and they're sitting here like another person and just going, hey, how you going? How's things going? And giving you a little bit of advice and going, well, it'd be really good to do this right now, because if you don't do that, this is what's going to happen in the future. And if you do these positive things now, then man, you have a great future ahead. So I really like that concept. I was actually walking into my gallery the other day and thinking about that concept of, my future self being there with me and walking with me into the gallery. And I just had this incredible moment of just gratitude. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is incredible what is happening in my life right now. And it just a flood of gratefulness for what was happening right now. Don't get me wrong, there are things in my life that I feel challenged, and I've got past stuff that sometimes comes back to me, and there's things that can get in the way of my thoughts. Of course, we all have that, and there are challenges in each day, financially, all that stuff with a business. But I felt in this moment, because I got my future self to talk to me and go, hey Heather, this where you're at right now is not going to be forever. This is an incredible moment in time where you are teaching all these people, where you're helping all these people, and the gallery is such a beautiful space. The garden you have is such a beautiful space near the gallery, and your landlords are amazing, and the people around you are amazing and so positive and encouraging. And I just felt this wonderful sense of peace and encouragement. And I don't say that lightly, because we all have things that come into our mind and that are challenging. And I'm one of them as well. I'll go home with, conversations that I had or challenges that I faced that day. And it's been hard, but it's really, really helpful to be thinking about the things that we appreciate right now. But also, part of this particular YouTube was trying to really encourage you and me about positively thinking about our future and being our future self now. Benjamin talks about how people think that the past really influences our present, but it's our future that influences our present, because when we are looking forward, when we have purpose, when we're moving towards that future dream and thinking about that future dream, then the past becomes a lot more dull and uninteresting, and it doesn't have that influence, but the future has an incredible influence on our lives. So my friend, I hope you've been encouraged today to dream, to think big, to move towards those dreams that you have. Don't forget that there's a free download that you can have a look at to help you know where your future dreams and how you can move forward into those. I'm loving my life. I feel like I'm in a creative retreat every day. And I'm really grateful for the community here on YouTube and, in my classes. But I really encourage you to put a comment below. It really helps this channel move forward towards my dreams. Love to hear what you have to say about, your future self. What are your dreams? I'd love to hear, and any comments about things that you might like me to talk about in the future. Hope that's been helpful. Like I said, I'm not actually an affiliate for this, but you're welcome to go and have a look at the book, find the free download. I don't have any links below for that, but I do have a link to the download for you to discover your own creative dreams. So until next time, keep being creative, keep dreaming, and all the best for your future as well.